The famous stubby bottle of Red Stripe is known around the world as a Jamaican classic. First brewed in 1928, Guinness went on to buy the company in 1993, which has since been taken over by Heineken. While beer production had been moved for U.S. consumption in Wisconsin, Red Stripe is now once again made in Jamaica for export into the United States. Is the classic Caribbean beer worthy of your time? Let's find out on Two Dudes Reviews. What up, guys? Yeah, today we have classic Red Stripe. Now, if you're like a lot of people, at least like me, this was one of the first real import beers you kind of tried. At least when I was, really kind of getting into drinking beers other than just your standards many years ago, well over a decade ago. You just kind of searched around for whatever you could find, and in terms of imports, whoa, we're just going to pour that. In terms of imports, you pretty much had Red Stripe, you had Corona. Since I was in Michigan, you had a lot of like Molson and Labatt and stuff like that. But you basically had to just go and try to find whatever you could. And Red Stripe was always that one thing. And I think because the bottle, just that the stubby bottle and the nice painted on, always dig the painted on logo, just kind of stood out. So, let's try it. It's Jamaican beer, whatever. Of course, then you realize that Jamaica's not really known for a lot of great beers, but hey, let's, well, that is not a good look. That is definitely a little worm. And I know that was not in my glass. So, someone did not pass the health inspection code. Well, that's bad. So, that's not a great omen for the beer, but let's get into the smell anyways. It smells kind of like a lager. You got a bit of that wet bread aroma going on. A hint of a little lemon zest. Yeah, some of the weedy stuff, but there's nothing really spectacular about the smell. There's I think the more I smell, the more I get that just kind of wet bread. So, I'm not a big fan, so I'm not going to recommend it on the aroma. Now we're going to get into the taste, and the fact that there was a bug in it, I'm already a little, Alright, let's get into the taste. Make sure there's no more bugs. This isn't tequila. Yeah, it's got that wet bread, almost a little more on the rye kind of flavor. If you were talking about bread here, it's a little drier. Like you didn't use enough water in your bread. Yeah, so it's like that makes a lot of sense. A wet, dry bread, but that's for some reason that's what it tastes like. A bit of the lemon, but almost more like you're licking the rind. You don't even have as much of the tartness as just the lemon rind made in the beer. It's very, very not really much there, but there's a hint. There's really nothing that spectacular. It's just kind of it's almost like half-assed ingredient, flavors tossed in together. And I don't want to bash the Jamaican stuff. I got friends there, but there's nothing that's really doing it for me. I will say, if I can add at least something positive on it, because it is a kind of a darker bottle, there's not much of that skunk flavor that you get in like a Corona that's been sitting around for a while. It's not the darkest of dark bottles. It's still relatively see-through. But it's alright. It doesn't taste skunked. But between the finding a worm, whatever... Okay... I don't know. That thing's weird. But, so... I'm not going to recommend it on the taste. The little worm thing in it did not help. But even with that, maybe he was just trying to add a little protein. I don't know. But... Not a big fan, so I'm gonna pass on that. Alright, next is value for price. Realistically, for an import, it's not terrible. It's comparable to a Mexican beer. You're probably gonna pay a hair more, just because you do have to cross an ocean. And now that Red Stripe is made again in Jamaica, at least for Americans import. Because a couple years ago, it was actually made by the, I'm trying to think, outside in Canada, I think, actually, the Moosehead guys. But for value price, yeah, I'll recommend it. The price isn't bad, so I'll recommend it on that. Next is distinction. How distinct is it? And, well, it's the first beer I've ever opened that had a worm in it, so they got that going for you. But really, it's a lager. There's nothing that special about it. There's other lagers you can get that's going to be better. So I'm not going to recommend it for distinction. Yeah. Alright. Drinkability is the next category. Let me get another... I mean, it doesn't taste terrible. You could drink it if, that's what's around, and you won't have any problem drinking, especially if it's really hot out, which it is in Arizona right now. It's like 105 degrees today, and I still got like another 20 degrees to go until the peak summertime. So, yeah, drinkability is fine. I'll recommend it for drinkability. You wouldn't have a problem drinking it. There's a reason it's sold in Jamaica. You can sit on the beach and drink it, and it's not an issue. So, okay, I'll recommend it on that. Alright, last category is would I buy it again? And no, I would have no reason to do it. If I'm ever in Jamaica, I think it's a must. You have to buy one. But other than that, there's really no reason for me to go for it. So I will not be buying Red Stripe anymore. But alright, that is my review. If you've had it before, if you had Red Stripe sans bug, let me know in the comments. Maybe you love it. Maybe there's another like Caribbean beer you just totally dig and you think I should check out. Tell me about that in the comments as well. I'd love to, find out more about the Caribbean, South American kind of beers. I'd like to start getting more into those. But yeah, let me know about that. And if you could like and subscribe, that'd be fantastic. And also check out my other station, The Adventures of B&G. You'll find out more about that in the buffer, in the bumper, whatever. You could, check that out and like and subscribe those too as well. But yeah, for myself and Red Stripe and Mr. Worm, take it easy. Hey guys, thanks again for watching the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please subscribe to the station. And also check out my new channel. It's called The Adventures of B&G. It's got some nice eye candy with the Los Angeles model. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's a combination of me exposing her to booze, beer, whiskey, whatever. I expose her to my world and she exposes me to hers. So it's a fun trip and check it out.